Hey guys, Neely and Renee here. Say hi. We are coming to you from outside on this beautiful 80 something degree day. Beautiful summer weather we're having already. Coming to you from my birthday present, this nice chair that reclines. Won't do it right now, but it was my birthday present, so I wanted. We're sitting out here on the deck watching kiddos and whatever. But I wanted to pop on real quick and do a little Q&A after my meal prep video. I had a couple people ask the same question, and so I just wanted to do a quick video about it because I'm terrible at responding to comments. I apologize. I see them and then I respond in my head and then I never actually sit down and do it. So I wanted to quickly respond to those comments, and the question basically is the meals that I cooked on Monday, were they for me, just for me, or for the rest of the family as well? And the answer is mostly just for me. I do offer the food to everybody else, but usually it gets turned down and they decide on something else. My husband has a very crazy schedule, and we very rarely have a dinner where we sit down and eat together. So it's not like I make a meal for them and we all sit down to eat and then I'm eating something different. That doesn't happen usually. We always make sure that we have breakfast together on Sundays. We call it family breakfast, and that's when we sit down together as a family and eat together. Besides that, we will just kind of fend for ourselves. The kids know how to get a lot of things for themselves, and then I do have another tip for feeding children like that that I will share in another video. We do food boxes for the younger kids so that I'm not having to go in and cook them or put together meals and snacks all throughout the day. They have a box of food that they can pick out of, and they can pick what they want to eat out of it, and then they don't get a new box until they've eaten everything in the box. Anyways, I will do another video on that at some point. Ooh, pull my hair, baby. And show you what that looks like and how that works for the little ones. Autumn, she's almost 11 and she can make her own meals, so I don't do that with her, but for the two younger ones, 5 and 3, it works really, really well. And so anyways, if my husband is home, usually it's not in an evening time. Evenings, he's usually sleeping before work because he works graveyard a lot, or it's like a Saturday where he's home all day. So usually if I cook a meal for the whole family, I do it for a lunch. We usually have a bigger lunch, family lunch, and I will cook something that works for me and for them as well. Like today, he was home from morning until afternoon, and so he was home for lunch. And I made Mexican food. I made taco meat and cheese and sour cream and avocados and salsa. And they all had it on tortillas or with chips, and I just had it in a bowl, like a taco bowl. She just wants to look. So it was, they weren't eating THM necessarily, but it worked with my meal. And like for our family breakfast, when we sit down together, I'll make, bacon and eggs and waffles, and they'll eat the waffles, bacon, and eggs, and I'll eat just the bacon and eggs. So I make meals like that for the family where I can easily adapt it, but they're not eating straight S or straight E meals, which they absolutely don't need. I have skinny bean children and a very muscular, lean husband who has a very high metabolism. And they do not need to be eating any S or E meals. They need crossovers constantly. So that works out really well for us. So the meals that I made on Monday were mostly for me. I portioned them out in individual portions because I wanted something really easy just to grab, like for lunch or for dinner when I'm not making a family meal. So I had the stew for an S meal, and then I had the cowboy grub for an E meal. And I actually decided I had a couple other recipes that I wanted to do, but I decided to hold off on those. That's why I haven't posted a part 2 video of the meal prep yet, because it was a little too many recipes. I think I'm just gonna work on the 2 that I did make. Bless you, child. And then I will do the wipe your mouth barbecue, and I made 3 recipes before, so I'll do the wipe your mouth barbecue another time. I didn't have to make it right away. It's still the chicken's still in the freezer, so that was no big deal. But I will just work on the 3 recipes that I did make, and then once I finish those, then I'll do another meal prep day, and that'll be my food. I do also still want to make the Bust-A-Myth banana cake and the Trimtastic chocolate cake. And when I do that, I will do recipe reviews on both, because both of those I haven't tried yet. And I've heard they're really, really good. So one of those is S and one of those is E. So that's good, because I want to have a good variety of both the S and the E desserts. Let's see. Yeah, so don't look for a part 2 of the meal prep. I'll just do those recipe reviews when I get to them. And then hopefully when I do another meal prep day with some new recipes, I will film that and show it to you guys. So I'm glad that the meal prep video was helpful for you. I got a lot of good feedback about it, and I will continue to do those kind of videos and kind of how I feed myself and how I feed my family and how I make it work with different needs for our diets. I don't like having to cook 2 separate dinners. Like I said, it's very rare that we ever sit down and I'm eating something completely different from what they're eating. I just work really hard to make something that we can each put together in the way that we need, because we're all at different stages of life, and this little stinker needs something very different than what I need. So yeah, it works out, but we still like to have meals as a family and kind of participate together in basically the same foods, not separated by our meals. So that's what I work on. That's what I put a lot of effort into, and I will continue to share how it works out for us. Thanks for hanging out, and you can still hear my voice. It's just not getting better. It's definitely a little better than it was, but it's still, this cold has been so annoying. But hopefully it will clear up here pretty soon, so that when I do those recipe review videos, I'm not sounding like a frog. So that's it. I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys. Can you say bye? Bye. Can you smile? Can you smile? Can you smile? Yeah.